due to crippling addiction to orgy porn. And for me, it's when I
What? What's up, guys? Hope you have a fantastic week so far. We got a different video for you guys here. It was recommended. It's pop up somewhere up here on the screen. It's by Major Kill. It's Some Months of Shame. I don't know if it's exactly the one that you were requesting. I tried to search for it. Nothing straightforward popped up, but hopefully this is what you guys wanted. And the original video will be in the description, along with my Twitch and YouTube. If you guys want to check that out, I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, all that fancy stuff, and let's get to it.
G'day guys and gal. We all have something that we are ashamed of. For some people, it's cheating on your partner. For others, it's not being able to achieve proper erections during intimacy due to crippling addiction to orgy porn. And for me, it's when I
What? We're 14 seconds in. We're 14 seconds in. Oh my gosh. Why? Why is every 40K video something like this? Why? 40. I don't want.
got caught masturbating during an African safari 10 years ago.
What? Why? 18 seconds in.
I was a weird kid, alright? But nothing compares
shit.
to the shame felt by both the Space Wolves and the Inquisition for engaging in a full-blown civil war as a result of a petty man with a small dick. The months of shame were bad. Space Wolves killing Grey Knights, Inquisitors destroying entire Imperial worlds on a whim, and Fenris almost getting exterminated. Shit was wild. And very entertaining. Now I know these past couple days have been hectic, with GW going ham with its IP enforcement and shitting on the community, and then the community initiating a cheeky boycott as a result of that, so I thought a bit of good old fashioned lore injected straight into your cranium via my illiterate articulation of Warhammer storytelling would be a good way to break it up. For those that are interested though, I'm currently working with a few other content creators in the community to try get in contact with GW and see what they're actually doing. Early signs are promising, so sit back, twirl your neckbeard, and get ready to listen to what happens when a bunch of wanky Inquisitors try and fuck with the Space Wolves. Spoilers, the Inquisition has a really bad time. Let's get into it. As we know, the Inquisition is the
You think you wouldn't mess with Space Marines? Like, I've learned about them in depth. My last couple videos, if you guys haven't watched them, totally check them out because we'll be going to part 2 soon. You don't want to mess with them. They are, to basically put it as light as possible, extremely overpowered. Very. Don't know what these guys are thinking.
Imperium's big gaping asshole. You don't want to look at him, touch him, or get shit on by him, but without them, the Imperium would get so full of shit that eventually it would die. As such, the Inquisition is basically unlimited resources and influence, able to twist around 99% of the Imperium to its desires. Space Marines are one of the few types of people who don't have to suck an Inquisitor's dick every 5 minutes, but even then, there are thousands of Space Marines in the Inquisition's Death Watch, and the Celestial Lions were wiped out by the Inquisition because they tried to file a complaint. The point I'm making is you just don't want to mess with these guys. The Space Wolves, on the other hand, give no shits, and only look up to their lost Primarch and their vegetabilized Emperor. They do and say what they want, and they get away with it because they're so damn effective. Like, these guys have beaten Magnus and his 1,000 Sons a number of times. Generally, it takes like multiple Space Marine chapters as well as Grey Knights to achieve something like that, but the Space Wolves have straight up done it.
Yo, these guys like have achieved stuff like Grey Knights, dude. That's insane. What?
More than once by themselves. The point I'm trying to make here is that we have an unstoppable force going up against an immovable object. So what causes conflict? Well, on the planet of Armageddon, there was Armageddon. Angron, he's a demon bros, he's world eaters, and millions of cultists attacked. Logan Grimnar, the legendary chapter master of the Space Wolves, was like, shit, maybe we should call for backup this time. See, Logan was great at bashing up nerds, and despite Angron's status as a walking abortion, he was definitely not a nerd. A force of Grey Knights was able to make it in time, and an epic battle took place, in which a shitload of Core Knight followers died, and Angron was banished back to the Warp after getting Hadoukened by the Grey Knights. So yeah, all seemed well. Until it fucking didn't. See, the Inquisition is very hush-hush about the fact that demons are a thing, and half of the Emperor's sons are demonic as shit. They are also very hush-hush about the existence of Grey Knights, for some unspecified reason. I don't really understand their logic behind it. Just because people know hell exists doesn't mean they're going to be like, oh, fuck yeah, and want to go there. 9 out of 10 people fall to chaos due to ignorance and not understanding what they're getting.
I mean, like, I know he's getting at how, like, their hell, the warp and whatnot. You think that with the world that you live in, like, if you live on, like, the mainstream planets, like let's say you lived on Earth, which I saw, like, a short video about Earth before I even started doing YouTube. But, basically the Earth we have now is, like, stories of the lush oceans, the deserts, the rainforest and stuff, that's all history, it's all like legends, and it's all just cities now. It's been destroyed, resources are gone. It's just a big ass city, and the reason why it's so populated now is because of the fact that it's Earth. It's the staple in the Imperium and whatnot, and you're basically living in worse conditions than dirt and shit. Like, you're worse than that. At least that's how I depicted it and got from what they showed me. If I lived per se, live in that kind of scenario, I would not turn down the fact that this kind of shit you're looking at the screen is plausible. I mean, you got guys walking around with huge ass armor, and shit. You got insane weapons. You got vehicles the size of skyscrapers and shit. I mean, I don't know how you couldn't really expect this. I mean, you're already so low. It wouldn't shock me if you go even lower than that. I mean, shit, you can, like I say in my last couple videos, you can make it a sandwich, a demon pops out of a portal, chops your head off, and takes your sandwich. I mean, that shit would happen. They pretty much really had a force built to stop that. You know what I'm saying? So, basically, just to sum it up for you guys, the 40k universe is a bitch. That's why I'm running very quick.
Themselves into. So if the Imperium actually educated people on how to avoid eternal soul rape, I think they would actually get a good response.
Way to put it.
But yeah, as someone living on Armageddon, there was a chance you would just witness demons and Grey Knights at the same time.
If you're alive.
The Space Wolves, however, were not down with sterilizing.
I mean, you got the Wolf Knight, I think it's called, and you got Grey Knights, and you got a huge horde of demons. Man, if you're on that planet, you're dead. I'm sorry, you are so unbelievably dead. If you're just a regular Joe, that has like a gift shop, you're so done. You are so unbelievably dead. So I don't think anyone was really able to witness it, at least for long periods of time, because I just feel like when the fighting started, neither side gave a shit, because 99% of Space Marines don't really care about civilians. Like, there's one Legion that was really about that. I don't know my exact name, and I apologize. You guys can tell me in the comments. They're like flamethrowers, anything flames, fire. That's they tend to put civilians ahead of themselves, but it's not these guys. At least from the lore I know, it's not these guys. So not the place to be.
Murdering or sending the very warriors that fought by their side to concentration camps. Logan even made a point of keeping the civilians away from the battle zones so they wouldn't see what was going on. This wasn't good enough for the Inquisition though, and they began a little operation. The Space Wolves were outnumbered and outgunned on the ground, but they had a bigger and better fleet, so they planned to help the people board ships and escape from the system.
I take my word back. They actually did help them. Kind of to their own benefit, not for them specifically. They're doing it so they don't, like, ruin the Imperium's whole, like, their brainwashing, you can say, that they put on the populace. But at the end of the day, they did try to save people. Was it for, like, the purest of causes? Probably not. But at least they did it. Oops.
The first escape transport was destroyed by the Inquisition, and with it, 400,000 people died. The Space Wolves then got the rest of the escape transports to leave at the same time, and they used their own ships to body block. Even so, the Inquisition was ready to fire on them until even more Space Wolf ships arrived in system. Seeing that any aggression towards the Wolves would result in them getting dog-eared, the Inquisition backed down, and the people of Armageddon safely escaped through the warp. The Wolves thought that was the end of it, but boy oh boy, were they wrong. The Lord Inquisitor, who was basically the one in charge, was called Kisneros, and he was a massive dick. Instead of just cutting the end of it, but boy oh boy, were they wrong. The Lord Inquisitor, who was basically the one in charge, was called Kisneros.
There's no way it's his name. Can someone fact check that? That's much smarter than I am. I know my community. You guys are smart. Please help me with this. Was it Kisneros? Ooh, just probably don't want to laugh in front of me. It would pop you right in the head. But
And he was a massive dick. Instead of just cutting his losses, he decided
if my name was that, I'd be a total dick too. Shit.
to go ahead and purge every planet that any of the refugees had visited or moved to.
Oh my
A number of
gosh.
very well-established and loyalist Imperial worlds were exterminatus purely for the fact that one of the refugee ships stopped there to refuel.
What?
The Space Wolves continued to help the ships escape, whilst the Inquisition began getting more and more desperate, even attacking and killing a number of Space Wolves. Eventually, some members of the Inquisition and the Grey Knights began to be like, wait, this is fucking retarded, let's stop.
Yeah.
Grey Knights were made to fight demons and protect humanity, not nuke innocent Imperial worlds and kill loyalist Space Marines.
Like that, like strategically and logically, it makes no sense. Like, I just said like wow, like a few minutes ago. See, I'm so lost for words how crazy this dude is. That a lot of people are insane in this universe. You know, I mean, this force is made to fight demons. You know, you're living in insane poverty and you know, basically insane rulers with unlimited power. I mean, it's ridiculous, and you're constant war on the stars and shit. And this guy thinks that them spraying the words like, "Oh my gosh, there's demons." That you think some people would think they're crazy. I mean, some might believe it, but then they'll be depicted as crazy too. You know? And then he nuked entire worlds. Like, it's stupid because I remember I was reading one of your guys' comments when my video was saying that Imperial worlds are actually important. You know? There's only so many planets. You know, I don't care how big that their span is in this universe, the Imperium. There's only so many planets. And there's also so many planets that serve a specific purpose. Like there's some that are made for farming, like only agriculture and shit. You destroy certain types of planets, all you're doing is not just eliminating tons of people, which is horrific, but you're also hurting yourselves in the short and long run. So that just made no sense at all. Like to hide a little secret that probably 90% of people won't even believe. That's really stupid. You know, that's really, really stupid.
This was made worse by the fact that the Space Wolves never fired back, so it was obvious that the Inquisition were the assholes here.
Yeah.
The name Months of Shame
You
was actually
think?
coined by the Grey Knights, who were feeling shameful for what was happening. The most confusing part is that the Lord Inquisitor Kisneros was completely unknown to everyone. He had no retinue or friends, no known connections to the Inquisition, and he wasn't even part of any of their known inquisitorial factions.
Douchebag.
Yet he did hold extreme power and influence. It was very odd. Eventually, the Inquisition knew that they could not just blow up every planet in the Imperium to contain the Armageddon refugees, so they instead switched their focus onto the Space Wolves. Kisneros was an egomaniac, and he wished to see Logan on his knees begging for mercy for the humiliation they had been dealt. The present Grey Knight leader, Grandmaster Joros, hatched a plan with Kisneros. They invited the Space Wolves to have a treaty and chat about how to sort their shit out. Logan agreed. However, as soon as the Space Wolves arrived to the parley, the Inquisition opened fire and blew up a bunch of their ships and killed quite a few of them. They then demanded Logan come to them and surrender.
Are you kidding me? Okay, first of all, that just is stupid to do. Not just because you're killing viable men, especially like the fact that this group is elite and not any space marine could just be plucked right into it. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you're gonna kill more of his men after you killed some of his men just for him to surrender to you? I mean, these guys are like the definition of battle hardened. They just got done fighting like a huge front against like unlimited amount of demons. I mean, this, these people are stupid. Like, look at the guy in the background. That's like a 10-foot dude wearing like thousands of pounds of armor.
All in all, a very scummy move. Logan complied. Not with the surrender part, no. No chance that was happening.
Yeah.
He did come aboard though, and he demanded to know who ordered the betrayal of the treaty. Grandmaster Joris admitted it was his idea. Within an instant, Logan liberated the Grey Knights of their commander's life, whilst his Wolfguard killed another 4 Grey Knights who attempted to prevent them from teleporting back to their ship. Yeah, look, the peace treaty probably could have gone a bit better.
You think?
Post that failed parley, the conflict became a war as the Space Wolves began firing back on Inquisitorial forces, destroying a number of ships and killing a shitload of Grey Knights. At this point, billions of people had been exterminated, with hundreds of Space Wolves and Grey Knights lying dead. Angron's attack on Armageddon had such a big impact that you would think it was Titsnitch who was the mastermind behind it. Like, 10 times more damage was done by the Inquisition than by Angron. Eventually, Kisleros admitted that the containment had been a failure, no shit, and now the goal was to humble the Space Wolves and show them who was boss.
Humble them? Humble them? My man, you literally were killing them before, like, it's not even that, you were killing them and they never even fought back, and then you broke the treaty. Your side broke the treaty. They haven't even slain any of your guys. At least stated, and they never put up a fight. They just took it. And now you're gonna humble them? Bro.
The Inquisitorial...
It's giving me a migraine how stupid this guy is. Not the guy talking, I'm talking the leader and shit. He's so stupid.
Forces had also reached a boiling point. Numerous Inquisitors and Grey Knights were planning on assassinating Kisleros to end the war before it even got worse. Shit was wild. Kisleros ordered his entire fleet, which was now bolstered by the Red Hunter's Space Marines, who for whatever reason loved the taste of Inquisitor cock, to go to Fenris and basically hold it hostage and force Logan's surrender. The Inquisition arrived and immediately began bombing the Fang, causing a ton of damage. Honestly, so far Kisleros has done more damage to the Space Wolves than Magnus and Angron combined.
Wow.
This either shows the power of the Inquisition or the patheticness of the traitor Primarchs. The planet was mostly undefended and Logan wasn't there, but Bjorn the Fell-Handed agreed to meet with the Inquisition to try sort it out. Once again, Kisleros made insulting demands. The Space Wolves must bow before the Inquisition and take a penitent crusade or suffer. Bjorn was like, "I get fucked, ya wee laddie. We ain't your lapdogs, you stifling wanker." Before the Inquisition could react, Logan and his fleet arrived in the system and a huge battle broke out. Logan was able to teleport onto the Inquisition's flagship, and boy oh boy, that was fucking bad news for them. In his rage, Logan was able to sprint in Terminator armor, which was thought to be impossible, as he sliced through Grey Knights and Inquisitors like they were nothing. He soon reached Kisleros and with one slash, parted the fool's head from his...
I may have been saying certain like groups wrong, so if I said any groups wrong, by the way, like if they're by sides, I apologize. I'm trying to learn all the lore here. So if I did get any like sides wrong, or said anything wrong with like maybe like this was a Grey Knight and this was this, I appreciate if you guys correct me on that. I'm not trying to be wrong, but I'm understanding what's going on. But if there's any issues, like if I mess up anything, just totally just let me know. I love criticism, so don't hold anything back, trust me. But he looks sick as all hell. That looks dope. I mean, he's got like a huge ass gun in his arm. He's got over here the big battle axe, wolf head. Oh my gosh, looks dope.
His body. Logan was then prepared to kill every single Grey Knight and Inquisitor in his system.
Damn.
But Bjorn was able to reach Logan and say, "Logan, you hairy fuck. Chill out, my brother. We can sort this mess." Hence the battle stopped. A truce was reached, and that the Inquisition could no longer go near Space Wolf worlds. The Grey Knights had to basically apologise to the Space Wolves, and they had to explain who they are and why they exist. In return, nothing. The Space Wolves gave the Inquisition nothing except the opportunity to leave with their lives intact, hence ending the months of shame. The thing I like about this bit of lore is the fact that Kisleros, as far as I can tell, wasn't an agent of chaos or the Changeling or a shapeshifting Xeno. He was just a dick. The Grey Knights and other Inquisitors can spot corruption, even the most subtle of it, instantly.
Yeah.
The authority to kill 10 billion innocent Imperial citizens, blow up peaceful worlds, attack and kill hundreds of Space Wolves, and then bomb their homeworld was all his genuine authority. There is a lot of mystery as to where this authority came from, but it's clear it came from the highest levels of the Inquisition. So far, the plot
Someone that knows lore really well, I don't care if you spoil it, tell me this guy gets what's coming to him. Please, make my day. Alright? Please.
hasn't really gone on to delve into any conspiracy theories surrounding this, but it's very interesting nonetheless. What is the moral of the story here? Well, it's obvious. If you've just succeeded in banishing the demonic form of one of the most powerful beings in the galaxy, don't become Space Hitler. Yep, that's the moral of the story. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then pay.
Dude, I was literally thinking of Hitler in my mind when he said, like, I put him in, like, camps and whatnot. Wow. What a video. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Again, if I messed up any, like, siding, like, who's on whose side, I do apologize. I'm trying to be good at that for you guys. But, like I said before, the original video will be in the description on my Twitch and YouTube. Please support this guy. I think he did a fantastic job. His commentary was fantastic. I don't know about this image. Let's just, like, do... Go there. But basically, I just show him some love. I think he definitely deserves that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, guys.